What is up YouTube, and welcome back to another one of my YouTube videos. And today we are looking at the Gacha report for the month of November. Now, the Gacha industry in general has definitely taken a hit in the past few months, mostly due to the global economy and stuff going on with that. I'm not going to delve into it too much because it's very political, and as you guys know, we don't talk about that on this channel. But we're just going to be looking at the revenue for a lot of the games, I guess mostly the games that I cover on this channel. And you're going to see that a lot of the games this month are not in the red, but they did go down, with mostly the new releases or games that got collaborations went up in money value, right? So the first game that we have is Seven Knights Rebirth, which I've been covering, and this is like the biggest shock to me. I cannot believe that this actually went up almost double. I think it mostly has to do with the release of the banner for Kyle, which is like one of the most awaited characters, most OP characters in the game's history's release in the month of October, and a lot of people ended up swiping for him. This character changed the meta completely. He is god tier in PvE, he's god tier in PvP. You can pretty much bring him everywhere and he's absolutely broken. He does have like a little bit of a conditional on his passive where you have to pair him with certain characters, but he's just that strong that you don't care about it and you just always fulfill that condition just so you can bring this dude named Kyle. And this dude named Kyle is absolutely crazy. I think that's why the revenue of Seven Knights Rebirth spiked up. It's definitely looking like a good trend for the game. The next one I want to talk about is Etheria Restart. This is like the other game I've been covering since June. And man, oh man, I cannot believe it doubled in revenue. I will say though that this is mostly because of the release officially in Asia. The game itself, I think, has good bear structures, but the way it's been managed lately definitely made it so that I was very surprised when I saw it shot up, almost double in the revenue and then 16 ranks up. I think in terms of the global revenue, which I won't actually look at here because it's going to be kind of depressing, it's definitely gone down in terms of like the Western audience. But the game itself still has a future, I'd say. It really depends on how the devs decide to respond to the problems with the game. Is it too hard to recover for the Western audience? I don't think so, even though the reviews on Steam are looking pretty bad right now. I think in the niche that it's in, which is a PvP focused, real-time PvP game, it can definitely make a comeback because there's not a lot of good games in that genre. So it'll really have to come down to what the devs decide to do. I don't really have any expectations because I've been covering this game for so long, but if you guys are playing the game, recently or are new to the game, if you're having fun with it, might as well just play it. And then the third game I want to look at. So this is the game I've been covering mostly for the past few days. As you guys probably know, it's Chaos Zero Nightmare. So it's made 6 million in the 1 week that it's been released for October. You have to keep in mind that this came out on October 22nd, which is very late into the month, and it still pulled 6 million. And that is just off of the release hype, right? The starter banner, which is Haru, currently isn't really a huge banner that people are actually going for, mostly because the audience for this game, including myself, kind of wants some like badass waifus and stuff like that. But, Haru doesn't really fit that bill. She's just like a schoolgirl, which I guess some people might be into, but, I'm not into that. Just gonna put that out there. But if you guys are, don't say anything about it because that might be somewhat illegal. But, the next banners that are coming are kind of expected to be more Gunnar-esque, which might satisfy some of you and which might not. But I think when those types of banners drop this early into a game's release, that is when the company will make a lot of money. And you're going to see that I think for the month of November, you might even see this double or even triple. So Chaos Zero Nightmare has a very good start because even though the 6 million might not be, a huge amount for a game's release that's hyped this much, keep in mind that it's basically about like 8 to 9 day worth of data here. So it's not really a full month. If it was a full month, this would be, I think, like 15 million at least. So it'd put it somewhere probably in the top 10, honestly. So yeah, that is what happened for the month of October. And, it looks pretty, I don't want to say pretty sad in terms of the gacha industry, but, numbers are definitely going down. And I think it's mostly because of just like a lot of games saturating the market. So, even though this is only a top 50 list, there's like a top 300, games that people are playing consistently right now. And, there's a lot of things that are coming out, which makes a lot of competition. And I just realized Stella Sora, which also just came out, is at 3.5. Rest in peace. I don't know if this game can recover from the monetization issues, but hopefully it does because the core gameplay itself is super fun, and I actually had fun playing it, but Hopefully, you know, monetization gets fixed. I'm not too sure about it, but we'll have to see. On the topic of revenue though, guys, we are going to talk about today's sponsor, which is going to help me feed my cat today. And that is going to be one of the biggest mobile RPGs out there. That is going to be Raid Shadow Legends. So you've probably heard of it, but what makes Raid stand out is just how much depth it packs into every part of the game. It's got over 800 unique champions. They're all beautifully designed, fully animated, epic boss fights, PvP battles, campaigns that actually have story, unlike some of the games you might see on the market right now. So it's really, really fun. It's also free to play completely on both mobile and PC. And once you start summoning and building your team, trust me, it's going to be extremely hard to stop and put this game down. If you guys are interested at any point, make sure you guys click my link down below or scan my QR code. You will get some amazing bonuses you can only get through my link. Right now, if you click it, you'll get a free legendary champion of your choice and 2 free epics. The first epic you'll get is Epic Drake from the Lizardman faction. You get him just by downloading the game with a huge starter pack. This unit is crazy. He keeps your team alive with an insane defense buff, and he also revives on death, which is really strong. You also get another epic in Tagoar from the Orc faction once you hit level 15. This character is also amazing for progressing, and it's something you definitely want to slot in right away when you actually get him. Now, there's actually the legendary now that you can choose from. So there are 6 choices you can choose from. You can only choose one. I'll tell you guys which one I recommend a little bit later on. But the first one you can choose from is Green Warden Rurark by using promo code TREEHUGGER. The second one you can choose from is Alice the Wanderer with the promo code GETALICE. Then you have Tuhanarak, which is going to be available with the promo code DESERTQUEEN. You also have Sun Wukong MONKEYKING, which is available with the promo code MONKEYKING. And then you also have Tholen Foulbeard, who is going to be available with the promo code DEMONSLAYER. So those are the first 5. Now the last and the 6th one is the legendary Ultimate Death Knight. This is available with the promo code UDKING, and this is the character that you definitely want to choose, especially if you're a new player. Now, you can choose the other ones if you want, you know, if you are really into the, you know, designs of a certain character like Sun Wukong, who looks pretty badass. You can definitely go for him. But for newer players, the majority of the player base that don't know what they're doing at all and want to get into the game, Ultimate Death Knight with UDKING is going to be the best one to get. So the reason why he's so good is he takes all the hits for your team. He is a tank. He is the one that volunteers as tribute, much like to the Hunger Games and stuff like that. He has a passive that redirects single target damage and debuffs. He's absolutely amazing in PvP and counters a lot of the meta characters. He also heals himself when enemies heal. So whenever an enemy heals, he heals for 20%. So if you ever play gacha games or any games in general and you just hate playing against those players that spam heals, he actually counters it because he doesn't steal your heal, but he kind of does a copy of your heal at 20%, which makes him very good. This guy doesn't only heal himself though, he can also heal your entire team, and he can also shield them with a pretty big shield buff that scales with his defense. You guys probably know supports in these types of games are super strong, and he is no different. In the early game, a lot of people will struggle with healing issues, not in just Raid, but just any game they play, right? And this character just completely takes that away. He shuts down a lot of characters, he has a lot of CC, and he's even really good in, you know, PvP and PvE as a double usage character. He can solo carry, he has a support capability, just like the best all-around character that you can get. And the best part is he's free. You just have to put in this promo code after using my link down below. So that is the character that I recommend. Ultimate Death Knight, absolutely bonkers. I've been using him. This guy is insane. But every time I have a sponsor video, everyone asks me, you know, whether it be in DMs or in my Discord server, which I recommend joining down below, what is the gameplay actually like? Well, Raid Shadow Legends is a turn-based strategy RPG. It's super fun. You actually have to think a lot about building the right teams. It's not a game where you can just slot in random units and win. You have to actually think about the skill sets of characters. You have to think about, you know, the factions, think about healing and shielding like we saw with Ultimate Death Knight, and even, you know, think about what characters and bosses you are fighting, right? You can't just bring your characters to any single dungeon and stuff like that. You will have to swap your characters around. You will have to think about synergies, have to deck build, and I really enjoy it because every choice matters, right? You can customize artifacts, masteries, team compositions. It's not just about collecting champions, it's also about mastering them. Raid keeps things fresh all the time. There's new champion special events, limited time fusion characters, and even massive clan bosses that take teamwork to bring down. It's a game that rewards consistency, smart strategy, which makes it super fun to play long term. The content in this game is super fun. You know, there's a lot of summoning you can do with the currency that they give you just by playing the game and leveling up. There's going to be a ton of other stuff that you can actually do in terms of PvP with Arena, and you can even progress through Adventure, which is going to be story driven, which makes it very, very fun to play. And for you gacha addicts out there like me that want to see some summoning in this game, let's get to it. I've been waiting quite a bit to summon in this game just for this video. You can see I do have 15 of the summons saved up. One of them actually can give me legendaries, which I really hope for. But on the right here, you can see there's like fusion, there's like fragment summoning and stuff like that. So let's actually get into it. So we're going to start, of course, with the lower grade ones first, because this is actually the method that I do. You got to get that bad RNG out first, and then the good ones, we actually get Bone Keeper here. That's pretty interesting. You can see the designs look pretty cool for every single character. You're also going to see that the skills and the passives of every single one. Ooh, we get like a dragon here. Oh, we actually get Drake. Oh, hey buddy, we just talked about you earlier in the promo codes, and now he's here. So we actually got him. Okay, now back to some more summoning. It's funny that I just got the character that, you know, I was talking about earlier that you can get for free by using my code down below. But there's Drake. We also get this bucket head here, Lordly Legionary. Very interesting. 2 more on the bad summons, not the bad summons, but the lower rarity ones, and then we can get into the good ones. So you can kind of see the rare and epics. They do look pretty cool in this game as well. You know, very medieval-esque depending on what you're into. You also see Renouncer here, but if you ever are curious about their skills, you can always look on the right. Some of them will even have skins. A lot of the rare ones don't, so you have to keep that in mind. But for the most part, you're going to see that a lot of them do have skins. And you can even do this progressive chance where you can select 2 of the characters that you want from this select list, and you'll be able to have a higher chance to get them. So Constantine, the Dayborn, you also have this guy. Let's see what he does. Gasper, the Accused. Looks like he has a ton of stuff. Kind of like a buffer, it looks like, and a debuffer. So that's pretty interesting. So if you want, you can always just slot them in, and then you get increased chances of summoning that character when you hit that rarity. So here we go. Let's get into the 10 big boy summons for the day. Looks like we don't get any of them. We do get Retainer here. Okay. Looks like he's a support, a defense support. You can also see their class at the top right, in case you kind of want a general idea of what they do. You get Ragemonger here. That's the second one we get. Let's keep going. I kind of want to get into the big boy legendary summon. This looks like Drake, but it's like more like demon-esque. Oh yeah, it's a demon spawn, so it's Fellhound. Okay, that is another rare defense character. We have 2 more summons on the purples. Let's see what we actually end up getting. We get another animal for you animal lovers, Glade Wolf. This guy looks like he has like a provoke, a taunter. Very interesting if you want to lock down, you know, monsters that you're fighting or come across in adventure. Ooh, we get a baddie here, Malbranch. What does she do? Counterattack. Okay, we love some counterattack waifus in this game. And now we're finally getting into the Sacred Shard summons, the ones we've been waiting for. You can see I have my progressive chance already here. Can I get a legendary? I mean, we're guaranteed to get at least an epic, so it's always going to be good on this summon. Ooh, we get Juliana. I think she's a pretty good character as well. She's a damage dealer, I believe. Yeah, she has crit rate buff and stuff like that. She can also poison. Poisons in all these games end up being very powerful for progressing, as you guys know, for taking down those high health bosses. Looks like we get another epic here. We get this guy, Hoskarl. This guy, not too sure what he does. He has a stun. Okay, so you get some CCers as well in this game. Looks pretty cool. 3 more to go. Can we get a legendary? Will I get lucky today? If I do end up getting one, it's mostly going to be because I get super lucky. Delaja. Not really a fan of lizard waifus, not gonna lie. Is this the legendary? No, it's another epic. Okay, so we get, whoa, it's like a hippo walrus type guy. Support, attack buff, and crit rate. This guy's got to be broken. If you guys don't know, you guys want to check if he's strong, you just go to this button here, the ratings button, and you can see where he is ranked in a lot of these areas with a lot of user ratings, and even the recommended artifacts or gear that they recommend. I do believe this is the last one. Can we get a legendary? Please, please, please. Ooh, it's an epic again, but it's okay. A lot of the epics in this game are very strong, and it is Lodric Falconheart. Looks like he is like a support character that can also put decreased attack in a shield, which is very good. So yeah, that is the summoning for today. I kind of wish I got a legendary, but Like I said, the rates in this game actually are all posted, so if you guys don't know what you're getting into, you can always check this out, and they will tell you what the rates are for summoning, which some games don't actually tell you. And there's also even a mercy system or a pity system, so you can actually be guaranteed to get that, you know, rarity that you're looking for. And there's also like this soft pity system as well, so that's pretty cool. If you guys want to jump into the world of Raid Shadow Legends, it's the perfect time. Click the link in the description down below or scan my QR code on the screen. New players will get a huge boost just by downloading with my link. You'll get that free epic Drake from the Lizardman faction. He's amazing. You also get Tagoar from the Orc faction at level 15. And of course, you know, you have those 6 options with Green Ward and Ruark. You have Alice the Wanderer, you have 2 Hanorok, you have Sun Wukong, Monkey King, Thol and Foulbeard, and my personal favorite, Ultimate Death Knight, by using one of these 6 promo codes because you are limited to only one. But yeah, check the game out down below. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.